So this is my first Nothing phone, and this is the Nothing Phone 2A. I have some really cool thoughts about this phone, but let's get to the unboxing first, then I will talk about the phone a bit later. So you know what, when I first bought this phone, I didn't love the Nothing brand, nor I still do, and neither I cared about the hype. All I cared was about getting a good phone for the price. And I was considering the Motorola Edge 40 Neo as well. And then I opted for this one because it seemed more cool and it has specs to match with it. What about the experience? The whole unboxing experience is actually really tempting and also unique. It's kind of like opening up a book, and then the wrapping paper is also amazing. So every single thing kind of makes it feel like a premium phone, not a cheap $350 phone, unlike brands like Motorola. One thing Motorola does though, they provide a charger in the box, which Nothing doesn't. Inside the box, there is literally nothing except the phone. And they have included a very weird looking pin that they are so proud of, I guess. But I don't really care about this. No, the cable is unique. And it also is a very premium feeling cable. But could have been a braided one. I would have loved that more because that lasts longer. But I really liked that whole unique touches here and there after a very long time of using Apple, Samsung and Google products. But here is the problem. If you think that this phone is only $350, then you're kind of wrong, because if you don't have a charger in your home, you have to buy one, and that's what I did. I bought the gallium nitride charger from CMF by Nothing, which costed me about $30 with this phone on offer. So you have to factor in that thing as well when you consider the price. Now the charger actually looks cool, feels cool, and it also has 3 different charging options, but there is a catch. But when you actually unwrap the phone and touch it for the first time, it gives you a very mixed feelings. It looks and feels like a glass phone with metal sides, but it actually has plastic sides and the plastic rear. This is both good and bad though, because the plastic can scratch easily and get smudges very easily, but it also is more durable and much cheaper to replace than a glass made phone. So it's a win in my eyes, but at the same time, I don't really like the fact that it doesn't have wireless charging and it doesn't have a metal frame, because metal frame could have been there. Because this plastic frame with this kind of matte coating, it will get dirty very easily. So you need to have a case on this plastic phone. Also, if you look at the phone, this phone might seem a lot heavier, but it actually isn't. It's very light and it still does have a 5000 mAh battery. That is the coolest thing about it. That's why I said mixed feeling. You expect something, but you get something else, which might or might not be good to you. By the way, the Glyph lights are actually very unique features, but you have to put the SIM card in, sign in, all the way later you will see the magic when you first unbox it. Which took a lot of time though, because I need to copy it from my other phone, blah blah blah, but you get the point. But once you get inside the experience, that's why you feel like, wow, it's so different than every other mid-range at this price range. Because look at this. This size is very similar to the iPhone. 6.7-inch display. Everything is just so much similar to the iPhone 15 Plus. Yet it has a much better refresh rate at 120 Hz. That too, it can dynamically switch between 30, 60, 90 and 120 Hz depending on the content of the display, which the iPhone at $899 price tag can't really do that. There may be other corners been cut. Yes, the coating is not that good. It can get scratches very easily, but there is a pre-applied screen protector anyway, so you don't have to care about it as much. Also, the bezels are so symmetrical. I mean, at this price, these kind of things are not expected. It actually looks and feels equally premium or even more premium than the iPhone 15 Plus. That is to me something that you have to respect. Like, wow, this is good. Also, they say that it's only 1300 nits of peak brightness, but even in the manual brightness, it's fairly bright as the iPhone almost. It's fairly legible outside. So in terms of display though, I would say this is the most premium looking phone at this price range. But as you all know that in this price range, if you want to make a good phone, then you have to cut many corners. One of them has to be like the build quality, it's plastic, so that's one thing. The second one is that there is no case inside the box, neither there is a charging brick. That's also cost cuttings. Then it's only IP54 instead of IP68 of other phones. It doesn't have wireless charging, that's another thing. And it also has only UFS 2.2 storage with LPDDR4X RAM, which sounds really disappointing considering the sequential read and write speeds of UFS 2.2 is way too slow compared to UFS 3.1. But will that affect in day-to-day life? Well, that's I have to test out to see even more. But on top of that, the processor is not the most powerful one. But the moment I did set up the phone, I saw that there were certain bit of things that are lagging, but that's the only time I saw it. From the next point, I didn't see anything. It was fluid AF. And I've also charged it to 70% after getting the phone, and then I've used it in like 12 hours. It went down to 40%. So that will also give you a good idea about the battery life. So yeah, that's all I can say at this point. I'll surely do a battery test and a charging test too on this phone. I'm gonna keep this phone for like a year or so you can also expect long-term reviews from me as well. So let me know your thoughts. And if you have bought this phone, which color you got?
And yes, if you feel like you need some really cool wallpapers for your devices, whether it's a tablet or a smartphone or even a laptop, well, I have some crazy cool 8K wallpapers, stunning designs, and amazing colors. Visit my website, joindavid.com, link down below. And until the next one, bye and take care.